It's crazy. I just sit here and I look at that. At this tree. When I was a kid. I painted on my bedroom wall. That grass. Cheap paints. They're watercolors. Poster board. No, it's poster board, I think. As Kimberly Joy works for an elementary school. My elementary school when I was a kid. She was a playground teacher, a TA or whatnot. And at the end of the school year in the summer, they threw all the paints and stuff away. You know, they would go through, the teachers would go through all their stuff. And it was at Salmon Creek Elementary School. And so she had all these old paints. They come squares, like little plastic squares. And Kimberly Joy used to paint on the windows for like Christmas and stuff. And that's why she got them, because that was something that she liked to do. But I painted as well. And I remember I got in trouble because I used all of the green and the brown to make this big tree in my room on the wall. I had to sleep under it, with it. On my closet door in my room was a checkerboard. It was blue, white. In my bedroom growing up, it was, they painted a base white. And I got to choose 3 colors that I decided I wanted to paint splotch my room. And I used 3 pieces of rope dipped, and it was like a teal, a blue, and a purple. And I, stood in the middle of the room, and I flung paint all over the place. Paint splotched it. That was my room growing up. Teenager. So I was just looking at them. I spent a lot of time by myself just painting, drawing. Like obsessed, like swirls for hours. And arrows. I had a thing with arrows and swirls for like hours and hours. And flowers. I had little tiny flowers like this. On sheets of paper, I would just sit there, like hundreds of them, all interconnected. Just like swirls too, just hundreds of them, interconnected, all different ways. And arrows, every which way. Hundreds of them on one sheet of paper. I would sit there like, that's all I would do for hours. Just right there. Remember certain symbols. It's crazy. And then I find what's crazy is I'm here and I find myself doing it again, and I didn't understand why. Like what I was like, it's all I was thinking about was like arrows and swirls. And I had to sleep underneath a tree, and so I had the Christmas lights on my wall, but it was in a tree like creation, and it was like a shrine. That's what I had. And I'd peel oranges and look at what I worshipped. And I threw, stone and beads. And I don't know why I was doing it. I just started doing it one day. Just grabbing stuff and like throwing it on the ground. And then walking around it like this. I didn't understand why, but every time I did that, I knew exactly what was going on around me outside those walls. It's very crazy. So like I ordered these beads, and I don't even know why. It's like all of a sudden I could grab them and I was throwing them just to walk around them. Right? I don't know why I was doing it. And like all of a sudden I started going in my drawers and grabbing stuff and throwing it out on the floor and then walking around it, because when I threw it, I knew exactly where everybody was outside. People, if they were parked down the street, if they were in a house over. So I was constantly doing circles, taking stuff and throwing it in the middle of the room and like revisiting the situation, because then I knew everything that was going on. And I don't know why I was doing that. I don't know how I was doing that. I didn't know why everything all of a sudden started making sense. It's the craziest thing. You guys don't understand. At the same time, my speech was different. My teeth had moved. It, like right now, it feels like I have like a spacer in my mouth right now. And like all of a sudden I got like this lisp thing going on, and I'm not having seizure. It's my teeth are moved. It's the craziest experience in the world. Like, to understand things that you never understood before, to hear things you never could hear. It's like a frequency. I could hear frequency that you can't hear. Like a buzz, like a static, like a whatever. But it's not just the sound system and, the little crazy kids getting into stuff. It's like beyond that. Okay? It's like... everything is like meaningful. It's like everywhere I go is like I know everything that's going on if I pay attention. Okay? It's if I pay attention. Because everything is an instrument to the heavens. Okay? You have to understand that. Everything has meaning. And if you can look past, you can't have clouded judgment. You have to be on point all the time. Because if you're a recipient, I can't pronounce that word, from the heavens for direction, you have to submit to the heavens. If you're going to beg and you're going to plead for direction, you have to submit to them. And it's like their will be done, and that's part of your religion. It's like when that prayer, the Lord's Prayer. I like it in Arabic. I think your spirit understands it if you hear it in Arabic. It gives you a complete different awareness if you hear it in Arabic. So I was playing it online in Arabic. And it's you're praying for the will of the heavens upon earth, and then when the will of the heavens is cast, you run and hide. You pray that, you openly pray that as a community. It's like accepted. But then when you have someone that is very, open and receptive to the heavens walk amongst you, you decide you're going to victimize it, and try to kill it or something. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not as, welcoming. Because it's constructive criticism. Because it's not pretty, okay? Do you understand that all prophets, their lives are hard? They're harder than any of your lives. Because they're innocent, they're subjected to the devil, they're subjected to demons, and they are just asked to walk forward, okay? So that is what happens, okay? So you pray. You're pleading, Can you imagine that? You just plead, you throw yourself at the mercy of the heavens to be open and receptive to everything and anything, okay? Okay, so me, I was born very open and receptive to the heavens. I was plagued with vision and dream and nightmares, and it's very traumatic. It's real. They call it an imagination, but it's awareness, of evils around you. Stephen King, he's blessed. You don't understand. And he knows how to, administer to you like, hey, check this out. This is prophecy, honey. And it has to do with a reality within a reality sometimes. Okay? It's the beast, the monster within man. And he brings that to his vision and he administers it to you. It's raw, it's ugly, but he is very blessed because he's receptive to it. And he's not lost in it. Because you have to figure, if you have, so much that's gore, it's horrific, it is scary, you're having nightmares, and you are trying to put that on paper, you're trying to bring that to life to other people. It's not something those people, horror movie fanatics, they call them and whatnot. That is like a reality that they live, all right? They're mortal instruments, all right, of the heavens, and that are given awareness to get out to you, okay? And people don't understand that. It's not like a sick and twisted humor about it. It's sometimes they try to put a humor to it just so it's like, easier for it to resonate with you of its reality. Okay? So, it's the embodiment of hell on earth. It's, you have to understand it's not pretty. It's very scary. Honestly, I was tortured as a child. Tortured. I mean, I barely slept. I was sleepwalking. Check this out, man. I wasn't sleepwalking, okay? I was awake in present moment with things around me, okay? Like I had Kimberly Joy would sit in front of me screaming, wake up, shaking me. And I was like paralyzed in fear. I knew she was in front of me. I wasn't acknowledging her because the monster behind her I could see the monster behind her. I could see the reality of, that was that present moment. I could see all like dimensions, okay? It's like all of a sudden I morphed into like Silent Hill video game. I don't know if you guys remember that. There's, when all of a sudden that kids run around in the altar, you're seeing blood and everything just crazy. I was that kid, man. I could see everything, at night. It was like the most horrible experience when the lights went off at night when I was a kid. It's like I could not wait to go to bed. I wanted to be the first one in bed because I knew I was never going to sleep like everyone else. Okay? You have to understand that. I was never going to sleep like anybody else. So I had to try to get to sleep while I knew everyone was awake when I was safe because I didn't know what was going to happen later on. Okay? So I would be the first one in bed sometimes, like 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. Because if I was the last one, it was all bad for me. Because it was like, if I was the last one, I was scared as my waking conscious became like sleeping. You don't understand. It's like they converged before I could go to sleep. And I can just forget about it, okay? That's like how it was. It was like I was awake walking into the hell realm instead of going to sleep and just waking up and being able to shut down again, okay? That's how it was when I was a kid. And I know, like other people that were like, they understand what that is. I'm not the only one, all right? I know I'm not the only one. I'm not ever going to sit here and be like, mine's worse than yours. Because do you see what Stephen King and them put up on that video? You know what I'm saying? It's like, I know what that is. It's real, man. I can tell you that stuff is real. It's not just an imagination. That is very real. Those creatures are very real. They're of the shadows and they don't care about you, man. That Jeepers Creepers is real, man. Jeepers Creepers, that is real. You don't understand, that is real. And it's, you know,